We're live on Instagram.
Oh, hi.
And we're live down here. What are we down here? On Facebook.
On Facebook.
We're early because we have a visitor coming soon. So we wanted to jump on here early and do our Q&A Tuesday. And I have my...
Yeah, and when I drop down here, you can't see me. And when I go up here, you can.
Is that neat? You're on both?
Yeah.
And so... I have my assistant with me today, helping with my Q&A Tuesday. She just got home from school.
This is my mama.
Aw, mwah. Love you.
And Daddy's at work.
Yep, that's true.
And he doesn't have to work today. We have to go to work.
Oh, he didn't have any electric at his work this morning.
Oh.
Yeah, now he does. It came back on before you got back from school. Your foot hurts? You want to take your shoe off? Okay, well, I'm going to do this real quick, and then we can go play. How's that sound?
Okay.
Okay.
When I'm done taking my boots off, can I get back on video with you?
Sure. So today on Q&A Tuesday, thanks for those that are joining in. You see my pile of stuff back here. I really need to clean my office. I'm going to do that, right? That's your stuff back there, isn't it? Or is that mine? Some of each.
Mine and some of Billy.
Oh, there's some gifts back there. Uh-oh, we better not look too quickly. I'm using my new fun ring light, so I have some different shadows and places as I try to figure out how to do all that. I'm going to move it right there so you can't see all the mess. And I think it's just some extra toys and stuff for birthdays, right? So I have Caroline's with me.
For summer, and she's not letting me play with it anymore
until summer because it's for outside. So today, Q&A Tuesday, we're going to talk about Instagram.
Okay, I'm done taking my socks off, and my feet really stink.
Oh, you announced that to the whole world. Huh? Well, we're going to talk about Instagram today because I got a ton of questions when I first put out about Q&A Tuesday, and a lot of those questions had to do with Instagram. And one of the biggest things with Instagram is how to really build a following on Instagram because of all these changes on Facebook. What does that really mean? And so I really wanted to just talk a little bit about that in terms of 3 things that I hope you're not doing.
Say something?
1 second. 3 mistakes I hope you're not making. So what would you like to say?
On one of these videos, we're going to make slime.
Oh, okay. Well, we will do that one day. Not today. We'll make it another day.
On this video.
Oh, we're going to make slime today. Okay, well, you better get ready then.
Okay.
So we're going to do 3 things that, where are you going?
I need to go get my apron on.
Okay, good idea. She's going to get her apron so we can make slime later. So 3 things we're going to talk about today in terms of mistakes I hope you're not making on Instagram that will help build your following a little bit better. One of the first ones is not using stories. And I just got off a webinar about Facebook and the changes on somebody that I subscribe to and listen to. And they were talking about the impact of Facebook stories and how you can integrate those together with Instagram.
I still am doing fine.
Okay. So you can actually integrate your Facebook stories with your Instagram stories. And I think that's a really good idea because it takes a little bit less time from you if you do both the stories together. So one of the big things I'm seeing is people are not using Instagram stories. I tend to watch Instagram stories more than even looking at posts, and it seems with the algorithm that I'm seeing the stories, of course, because they're up at the top, and I'm not seeing so much of all the posts. So those things are happening, and so hopefully you're starting to use Instagram stories or can see how you should be using Instagram stories in order to be more successful on Instagram. The second thing I see a lot, and even some marketing experts and people I know that have social media managers for their business are not using hashtags on Instagram. And oh, I've just seen the comments now on Facebook. Sorry, I was distracted. Thank you. I think she's pretty adorable too. And Snapchat is cooler than Instagram. Yeah, her and I were talking about Snapchat the other day, and I asked her if she remembered you, John, going to that training. And so I told her everything she learned from you. But the second thing, back to Instagram, is hashtags. And so I feel like there's a lot of people not using hashtags. Maybe they don't understand the power of hashtags on Instagram, but do A/B testing. Post a photo without hashtags and post a photo with hashtags and see which one does better, because I guarantee you're going to see more reach with hashtags. So you want to make sure you're using a hashtag campaign. And my favorite way of doing this is writing down the hashtags that I want to use, searching them, making sure they don't have any other kind of weird meaning, making sure they're not being used too many times by other organizations that may not be favorable to your organization. And then you want to make sure that you are consistent with those. So what I do is I write them all down in my notes on my phone, and then I copy and paste them onto each post. So I do this with each client, and then I can delete the hashtags that I'm not using or don't want to use right then. So I don't have to use all of them all the time. The third thing is not writing a description, and I also kind of mimic this with, I put it all together on this one, with using a personal page as your business page on Instagram. Because if you convert over to a business page, you have so many more options, one with advertising, another one with just being able to have more call to action buttons. So you actually are able to have a directions button, an email button, and a website button, along with a call to action button that you can change out. It doesn't always have to be your email, or doesn't always have to be your web address. It can be a sign-up form or something like that. So you want to make sure that you're utilizing that full thing, and that's what I see happening is people are using a personal Instagram as their business. And if they just convert over to business, it opens a lot more opportunities there. Hey, Andrea, love. I was listening from the car line today, a Facebook live, so I understand that it's a great place to listen and watch. So thanks for joining me. And so kind of back to the description part, a lot of times we see that and it's just completely blank, and your description can really be a great place to talk about what you're doing, have a call to action, and so you want to make sure that you are using those. And I have a question about Facebook. Should you still use hashtags if you share the photos to your Facebook page? Well, you probably see me doing this, and I share it, and then I go in on Facebook and I delete the hashtags. I don't know. I don't think John and I have had this conversation. We've had a lot of conversations about social media, but I know if we talked about using hashtags on Facebook, which I do not believe in. I think they're a waste of time. I've not seen any really hard evidence that they make it any better. Sometimes they're funny, like to use a hashtag, and that's about it. So I haven't seen a huge increase of reach because of it. So I actually go in and I edit. Thank you, John. He's saying preach over here on Facebook. I go in and edit and delete the hashtags, and then if I say something like, oh, find the link in my bio, I actually delete that part and then link it on Facebook. I have been seeing an increase, and I know we're off on a tangent, but this is Q&A Tuesday, so you can ask whatever you want, that you can actually I'm actually seeing an increase when I share from Instagram over to Facebook of the algorithm. I'm getting like better reach. I'm getting more engagement. I don't know if it's fluke or there's actually something behind it. So I don't do it with every single post, but I do tend to do that. And I have clients that do every single post they do on Instagram, they share it to Facebook, and they're not seeing anything hurtful because of it. So I'm not sure. I haven't read a lot about that, but I'm seeing it. So I definitely think, hashtags on Instagram, like I said, I go in and delete them when it shares over to Facebook. That's me, as long as I catch it in time. So I'm checking out this light because I have it on my ring light here, and I have it on my computer. I actually was like, oh, I'm just going to stick it on my computer because the quality of my photos, or my videos, my Facebook Live videos for my desktop have been just like disturbingly terrible. And so I've been really upset about it. And I've been asking people, is it me or is it Facebook? And I've been kind of getting that it's Facebook. And so now I have it like right below my Instagram. And so my face on Instagram is like really shiny. But down here, it's like I have no wrinkles or anything. So I don't know. So far, I'm liking the ring light. I might have to get two, one for each, or a big one. That's why I was kind of waiting to see if it actually worked, because they make big ring lights. So, and I actually did some comparison, because this ring light, and just to go on another tangent, this ring light actually has 3 different settings. I think it's 3 or 4, and so I can choose how bright. And so of course I have on the brightest one because I think that's the best one. But I did some comparison pictures I'm going to share later in my review of this ring light. And if you're wanting a ring light, then I'm giving it a thumbs up right now for the first time. So just kind of in a recap, 3 mistakes I think people are making on Instagram right now are not using stories. So start using stories. They don't have to be, your face, you don't have to be talking. Take pictures. You can tag. You can do fun little things. You can do, what else are they letting us do on there? Polls. So there's a lot of opportunity there for engagement, interaction. So I think that's a good place to start. The second thing is not using hashtags. Please start using hashtags on Instagram. I don't care if you ever use them on Facebook again. Twitter, you can actually start using a few more on Twitter because they've raised the character count, but start using them on Instagram. If you don't believe me, do a comparison. Do one picture without and one picture with. Use that hashtag campaign. So come up with 10 to 15 different hashtags. You don't have to use them all every time, but that way you can stick them on there and then decide what you want to do. And the third thing is not writing the description, or just having a regular Instagram page and not having a business page that allows you to have all of those call to actions on there, and also not having a description. On my description, I'll say this, and I probably have changed it, but I think I have something like click here for some free resources, and it clicks to a Linktree link that actually comes up with a list of different links that people can click on depending on what they want. There's some free resources, there's find me on Facebook, there's work with me, there's email me, there's different things on there. So the more information you can get out, the better it'll be. We're noticing people are staying in social media platforms. So if you're expecting them to just jump off and find you someplace else, that might not be the case. They may want to gather all the information they can from that platform. So give them all the information you can. There's a lot of information out there and a lot of great resources. So thanks for joining me. Sorry I jumped on a little bit early, but I wanted to take care of this before our visitor came. And I think I've lost my assistant. She's probably making what'd she say she was going to make? Slime in the kitchen as we speak, so that should be fun. So if you have any questions, please feel free to comment. I'll answer those. I'll give you a full report of my ring light here and see how that goes. And if you noticed, look who doesn't have their Invisalign rubber bands. My teeth look very straight without all that in there. I can't usually see them without it. So I'm excited that I'm on the next step of the Invisalign and getting my top liner here in the next few weeks, and super happy about that. And I don't even see any for folks on here so I'm not kissing up to anybody, but sometimes Dr. Amy's staff jumps on here too. So thank you. Thanks for all the love. Oh, somebody put a mean face. Oh, I hope that was just a joke. So thank you everyone for joining me. And if you have any questions, please comment below.